Hello folks and welcome to Monday's edition of Magoo Sports News. I am, as always, Magoo, and this is my look back at the weekend to see what happened with the sporting action, give my 2 cents worth, and if you agree with me, all good and well. Most likely you won't, but I don't really care. Anyway, let's have a look to see what happened then, folks. So, straight into the action, and I'm going to start today with the Rugby League, as in my opinion, it is the biggest tournament that is going on at the moment. Now, basically we had some very important results. All the top teams played. Castleford continued firstly with their poor run of form against the top clubs. They went down 52-20 to the Catalan Dragons. Bit of a bad result for Castleford. They really need to start playing better if they're gonna have any chance of getting through to the semi-finals or even the second phase of the playoffs. We're kind of coming towards the last 8 or 9 games of the season, so realistically the teams that are looking to push ahead are the ones like Warrington. They had a great win against St Helens, 35-28. Bad news for St Helens, they've lost now twice to teams above them. Wigan beat Huddersfield 46-12, another significant result. What these results are saying, one more result was Bradford beat Leeds. Now this is important now. What's happening is Warrington and Wigan are pretty much setting themselves out as the top 2. Bit of a gap forming. Other teams are kind of flailing away, but you never know. It all depends on what happens once the 27 games are finished. But Warrington and Wigan, are basically pulling away with it. Leeds, again, same situation as Castleford, looking like they're sort of falling away against the rest of the teams. So that's basically the Rugby League. Tennis next, and basically Andy Murray had his game against Ivan Lubicic. This was always going to be a potential banana skin for Andy Murray, but he came through okay. Even did one of his trick shots at the end, not too bad. Nadal and Federer also through pretty easily. Now Novak Djokovic had a bit of a struggle against Marcos Baghdadis, but to be fair, this guy is a good player. He's a sort of confidence player. He got to the final of the Australian Open one time. But basically, Djokovic, I think, will struggle in the next couple of rounds. Nadal and Federer will go all the way. It's going to be a final between those two. Andy Murray, we'll see what happens. Next, the Formula 1, and Sebastian Vettel wins once again. When will this guy ever let up? He's going to win the season with about 4 or 5 races to spare. Basically, there was no adversity in this one. It was an open track. It's a fast track, this one. No weather problems. And essentially Vettel just walked away with it. He pretty much led from flag to finish. He's now got a 77-point lead, and there's only 11 races left, and the bookies have got him at 10-1 on to win. So moving on into the golf, and basically Freddie Jacobsen, he won the Travellers' Championship in the USPGA. Now this basically qualifies him for the Open, or the British Open. He hasn't won a tournament since 2003, and that was on the European Tour. This is his first USPGA win. And in the European Tour, what a showdown we had. It was an all-Spanish affair. Sergio Garcia and Pablo Larrazabal, both of them finished on 16 under par, went to a playoff, took them 6 holes, the 6th hole before we've got a winner eventually, over an hour extra of golf, which was great. But Larrazabal comes through. Both players, funnily enough, qualify for the Open as well, which is great news for them, so good on them. Now into the football and the minor tournaments. You got the under-21, Spain beat Switzerland 2-0. It was kind of going to be always Spain versus Switzerland in the final. I know I said England were going to be there, but I was mistaken. It was actually a close game. Switzerland did well, hit the bar a couple of times, had a few chances, but Thiago's strike, what a strike it was. And apparently he's now linked with Manchester United. He basically won the game for them, so good on them. CONCACAF Gold Cup, Mexico beat the USA 4-2. What a game it was. Basically the USA came out and went 2-0 up. Didn't last long though, only took them 7 minutes to equalise Mexico. Second half, Mexico came out all guns firing, and they basically got the 2 goals and won 4-2. Now the Under-17 World Cup, this is where the action is. This is where things are going on. England basically beat Uruguay on Saturday night 2-0 to advance as group winners. Now Uruguay rested most of their decent players, which was a bit stupid really, but the England go through as group winners, but then they've got to play Argentina, who aren't looking that good to be honest, but still, England versus Argentina next round is a beauty. Basically the second round's looking like this. As you can see, there's a couple of games, a couple of teams still not there. There was a postponement due to the weather, but keep an eye out for that one. And the Junior Rugby World Cup. Wow, what a game. England really took it to New Zealand, but at the end of the day, they ended up getting bitch slapped. But to be honest with you, New Zealand have never lost a game in this format. Under 20s, it's the new way that they're doing it. It's called the Junior World Cup, and they've been doing it for 4 years. And like I say, New Zealand have never been beaten in this tournament. They got it to 1 point. They were 10 points adrift at halftime. New Zealand went ahead 24, I think, to 10. They came back, England, to pulled it to 23 to 24, but then New Zealand just basically ran away with it. So that was pretty good tournament for them there. And essentially, that was all the sport of the weekend, and it was great. So what have we got coming up this weekend? Basically, we've got a few things coming up. Obviously, tennis, Wimbledon continues. Can Andy Murray go all the way? He plays Richard Gasquet today. Today is the big day because all top players play. All 16 round of 32 matches are today. Nadal plays Juan Martín del Potro. That's the other big match. That's going to be a beauty. So watch out for that one. Now, amazingly enough, in the football, we've got Champions League and Europa League qualifiers. These are the preliminary initial matches, so not too much to watch out for. Fulham are in there, so maybe worth watching them. Under 17s World Cup continues. It's the second stage. Now this is on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday is when England plays. Watch out for that. In the cricket, the ODI series, One Day International begins. England versus Sri Lanka. They got a spanking at the weekend in the T20s. Can England man up and do any better against them in the One Day Internationals? They always seem to struggle in these. Now, I just wanted to mention next weekend. I will talk about it on Friday, but I'll give you a heads up now. We have got a huge weekend of sport. Basically, boxing. The World Heavyweight Championship. David Haye versus Vladimir Klitschko. It's going to be a massive boxing match. This is the biggest boxing match the year will boast. So keep an eye out for that one. We've got the semi-finals of the Rugby Union Super 15. In my opinion, the Super 15 is the best rugby union tournament in the world. The Heineken Cup isn't a patch on this. Copa America 2011 in Argentina starts. Will Lionel Messi step up and be as good as Diego Maradona? He needs to do something in one of these tournaments for me to believe that he is as good as Diego Maradona was. So watch out for that weekend of sport. We've got some good sport coming up this week. It's going to be great. And folks, going to keep it low key because there's not a huge amount of A-class sport going on. So that's everything for this week. Keep an eye out for my show on Friday. I'm going to have a talk about the great things coming up. Thanks for watching the show. No user comments this week, guys. Come on, get some user comments. Write something in my section. Let's have a chat about something. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you on Friday.